In this lesson, you will learn how to evaluate with adjectives, evaluate with nouns. Also, you will learn how to compare with adjectives and compare with nouns. First up, evaluations with adjectives. You can make evaluations with adjectives using enough. Enough means sufficient, and not enough meaning not sufficient. In this photo, the boy is trying to reach the shelf, but he can't reach the shelf. Why? Because he's not tall enough. In the sentence, the word tall is the adjective, and it comes before the word enough. For example, tall enough, again, spacious enough, convenient enough, bright enough, safe enough, just to mention some. Let's continue now with making evaluations, but with adjectives, but using to. To means excessive, more than you want or more than you need. This is a photo from a bank. I could describe this photo by saying that the bank is too crowded. Crowded is the adjective, and it comes after the word too. More examples: too crowded, too dark, too noisy, too small, and too cramped. Now it's time to talk about evaluations, but this time with nouns. You can also make evaluations with nouns using enough or not enough. As you can see in this picture, something's missing. We need here one more chair. So we could say that there aren't enough chairs for everybody. We need one more chair. Here the word chairs is the noun. So since it is a noun, it comes after the word enough. Other examples are enough chairs, enough rooms, enough people, enough time, enough money. With enough, you can use count nouns like chairs, rooms, and people, and non-count nouns like time and money. Now let's talk about evaluations with nouns using too much. Too much is for non-count nouns. I'm going to, I can say that, and from this picture, that there is too much stuff in the suitcase that she can't close it. Okay, too much. The word stuff is the noun. It's a non-count noun. Other examples are too much stuff, too much money, too much sugar, too much homework, too much furniture. All of these are non-count nouns. Now let's talk about evaluations with nouns, but at this time using too many. Too many is used for count nouns. This is a global view of the countries with coronavirus cases. So we could say that there are too many people infected with COVID-19. The word people is the noun and is count. So we use too many with count nouns, like too many people, too many cars, too many houses, too many apartments, and too many families. Remember, too or too many means that something is excessive, more than you want or more than you need. Let's talk about comparisons with adjectives. When you make comparison with adjectives, you can use this form or this pattern as, which mean equal in some way. Here we have two houses, Jane's house and Anne's house. I could say that Jane's house is as big as Anne's house. When you use this form, the adjective comes in the middle and you use the base form, not bigger or the biggest, the base form, big. Other examples are as bright as safe as convenient as quiet as. Now let's talk about comparison with adjectives, but in this case with a negative form. Not as, meaning not equal. Okay, here is this image of two old people. She's 93 and he's not 96. We could say that she's old, but she's not as old as he is, or she's not as old as him. So another way to say this is that he's older than she is, or he's older than her. Other examples could be not as bright as, not as private as, not as modern as, or not as good as. Now it's time to talk about comparisons with nouns. You can compare with nouns. In this case, you can be we will be using not as much as, or not as many as, or as much as and as many as, meaning again equal or not equal in some way. So let's start with as much as. As you know, as I said before, much is used with non-count nouns. Here I have this sentence: Santiago doesn't have as much traffic as Santo Domingo. Traffic is a non-count noun. So another way to say this is that Santo Domingo has more traffic. Other examples are as much space as much safety as many as is used with count nouns. I could say my house has as many rooms as my cousin's house. Here I'm using rooms because it is count. Other examples are as many lights as many cars as. Now it's time to take a quiz about everything I said. So I recommend that you stop the video for each question and write down the answers, then play the video again to see the correct answers. Thank you for watching and take care.